game day. Again, follow me on Twitter at Kenny Long Radio, or you can follow at Typer Radio. Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Typer Radio, and you'll get the instant link every time we go live for each game. It is going to be a great day. I'm looking forward to that Tykes and Rookies game. I'm telling you, I think those two games are going to be the toughest ones of the day, particularly that Tykes game. That Tykes game looks scary. Yeah, big matchup coming up between the Killeen Cowboys and Pflugerville Hawks, the rookie division. I was kind of looking at that a while back, or just the other day. Cowboys in fourth place right now in the let me move to the rookie division here. Cowboys in second place, Pflugerville Hawks in first place. Killeen Cowboys have scored 81 points on offense. They've only allowed 6 points, but Pflugerville in 4 games, they've scored 132 points and have yet to allow a score. They've yet to allow a score. I think if I'm looking at that, I'm looking at Pflugerville winning that game. Yeah, I saw that about the pork chop sandwiches going on to that Cypress game. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let me wet my throat here for this one. The last subject we have for tonight, and of course, if you want to join in, 979-353-4421 is the number to call. It's 979-353-4421. Got this number up. It's running. Just need your phone calls if you want to be a part of the show. The Judson Junior Rockets and the San Antonio Predators. They were supposed to play, I believe it was this past weekend. Now, I have been getting hit up with this issue all weekend long. I mean, even before the game was supposed to be played, I think it was that Thursday. I think it was that Thursday that I started getting hit up about this. So here's the issue. It was reported that the Predators canceled the game because the grass was too high at their home field and it wasn't lined properly. They were not going to be able to play. And I started getting hit up. I mean, almost immediately, I think that Thursday. People claiming that the Predators were scared. That the Predators were scared of the Rockets. That's the information that I was being given. Why don't they want to play us, Kenny? Why don't they want to play us? Are they scared? They're scared of us. They don't want to play the Rockets. They're afraid of the Rockets. That's the info that I was getting. That's what was being said. Now, let's see. I'm looking at these standings just in the San Antonio District 1, Division 1, District 1. And San Antonio Predators flag are in fourth place. They're 2-1. And I was verifying here. The schedule. I think I'm looking at the wrong one here. Yep, that's the wrong one. All right, so anyways, the Predators flag, 4th place at 2-1. Judson Junior Rockets are in 8th place at 0-2. Then I look at the Tights. You take a look at the Tykes division. Predators are in 3rd place at 3-0. They've scored 115 points on offense and no points scored on defense. Respectively, the Judson Junior Rockets are in 4th place. They're 2-0. They've scored 43 points on offense and have not allowed to score on defense. That would have been a nice game. But I'd have to give that one to the Predators. I've seen that Predators Tykes team a couple times now. So I look at the rookies. San Antonio Predators, 2-1. They're in 4th place. Judson Junior Rockets are 0-2 in 8th place in the San Antonio district. They're second to last. Take a look at the juniors. San Antonio Predators are in 1st place, 3-0. Judson Junior Rockets are in 2nd place at 2-0. So I'm looking at, when I see this matchup between these two organizations, I think at best you're looking at a split. And Christopher Benitez makes an ask a question: is when they cancel, is that a forfeit? Not necessarily, because here's the deal. Because this was looked into. I tried to get as much information as I could to find out what the deal was, because of course, and this is no knock on the Rockets organization. I think this is just some overzealous coaches, parents. Right away start hollering. They're afraid of us. They're afraid of us. Look, they running. They don't want to play us. They're afraid. I don't think that's the case at all. The field was overgrown. It may have not been completely overgrown. The grass did need to be cut, from what I understand, but the school district would not cut the grass. They refused to cut the grass because the ground was still too wet. It was all muddy. They weren't going to cut it. They weren't going to line it. From my understanding, the Predators offered to go cut it themselves. The school district wouldn't let them. So in that case, because the school district controlled the field, Predators had no choice but to cancel the game. Didn't have a choice. Now, I know that supposedly there was an offer to play it at the Rockets' home field. I think there were issues there as well. But let's be honest. If I'm a coach, I got a home game. And 2 of those games are very closely tight games. I want that game at my home field. I want my home game. Home field advantage makes a difference. So here's the thing. Nobody was afraid to play. The field was not available. It was not going to be up to par to play a type of football game. Not to mention, from what I understand, if they played on that field regardless, and it got tore up because it's a middle school field, and it has to be used by the middle school, it could have damaged the relationship and never be able to use that field again. So the game's being rescheduled. It's being rescheduled. So when I hear this, oh, they're scared. I don't believe that. I can't. I don't see where you think something is scared. Just because they have to cancel the game because their field is not going to be up to par and playable. and the school district they're playing on tells them they highly recommend not playing. Granted, they didn't tell them they couldn't play, but they're telling them you damage our field, you're going to pay for it. I'm canceling the game. Ain't nothing to be afraid of. San Antonio Predators are looking good this season. They're looking really, really good. They're in first place in juniors. They're in fourth place in rookies. They're in third place in tights. And they're in sixth place in flag. The only team that's better than the only Judson Rocket Junior Rocket team that's better than them in all four of the age groups is the flag. So I'm not sure where you get that they're scared. I don't understand where you get the scared part from. Besides, let's remember, it's youth football. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I have seen number 1 teams go down to number 8 teams. That's why we look at the playoff picture. So to close it out, I mean, again, if you want to talk about it, 979-353-4421, that's the number to call. I had a lot of coaches that were coming, a lot of people are coming up to me, even at a game that I was doing on NYSR on Sunday, just getting all in and talking about how they're scared. They're scared. We went to the field. Field was fine. Well, that's fine. It's not your field. You're not having to answer to Northside Independent School District. It wasn't your call. But I bet you if the city of Universal City shut down your field or told you if you damage it, you got to pay for it. Make no mistake, I have no doubt Keith Dyson would make that call and say, we're going to have to cancel this game. And 2 of the 4 games are big matchups. 2 big matchups between the 2 teams. Yeah, I'm rescheduling it to make sure it's at my home field. I want my home game. And again, let me repeat, because Junior Rocket fans, y'all just like to get all upset when I say something about the Junior Rockets. I am not knocking the Junior Rockets organization at all. As a matter of fact, from my understanding, for the information that I received, the actual Rockets, Keith Dyson, Joe Heath, had no problem with this. They understood. They knew the situation. It's some of the coaches, some of the parents that are getting all bent out of shape and talking about how the Predators are scared. They're scared to play us. They're running from us. They're not running from anything. They couldn't play on a field that wasn't ready. It was a very rainy week in San Antonio. Practices were canceled all over the city all week long. So that's where that goes. No one's scared to play the Judson Junior Rockets. Nobody is scared to play them. Nobody concocted we have to cancel because the grass is too high. You go out there and say, it's just fine. Well, of course it's going to be just fine to you because you think that you already got it in your mind that they're scared, that you're just looking for excuses. Of course you're going to think that. Let's be adults. Let's be realistic here. It's a school district field, and we all know all over the state of Texas, Houston deals with it all the time. San Antonio deals with it all the time. If you're playing on a school district field, they can pull that field from you any given Saturday. It's about relationships. It's about keeping a good rapport.